Regrets are made from the gap between our ideal self and our real self. So in order to have a holiday without regrets, we need to bridge the gap between our ideal Christmas and our actual Christmas. So instead of thinking about what we should have done differently and how this Christmas fell short of what we pictured, we are going to focus on something else. How do we do that? We know that we'll always fall short in some way, right? Somewhere along the way, things are not going to go quite as planned. Something won't turn out quite right, and certainly we're bound to have at least one disaster in the kitchen before the season is through. I have already done that. And we don't have to let these circumstances take away from the happiness and the satisfaction that we want to feel when Christmas is over. But of course, that's way easier said than done. So today I want to give you some phrases that you can practice throughout the next few weeks to achieve a holiday without regrets. First one is, this moment is a gift. I'm starting off with my favorite one, and I really do hope you will try this one during a Christmas task or some type of event. Bring yourself to the present moment. This is a huge way to avoid regrets. Just shut your brain off about the past or the future. Forget about comparisons. Forget about analyzing what's happening right now, and just experience it. Notice the smells, listen to the sounds, take in all the sights, and appreciate anything that you're touching. Soak in what this present moment has to offer you. I know that I have the tendency to rush things along and to organize or keep events going, to initiate the next present that should be unwrapped. And what I've been trying to do instead is just letting things be, letting myself sit and observe, turning my thoughts off and just taking it all in. This moment is a gift. Try it, and you are much more likely to have a season without regrets. There's always next year. What I've noticed about myself is that I often see Christmas with a very scarcity mindset. I feel like this is my one and only chance to get everything perfect, and if I don't, then I have failed. That is a ton of pressure to put on myself. So as I try to be in a place of abundance, the pressure naturally just kind of simmers away. We're putting so much pressure on ourselves for this thing to go perfectly, and we forget that all we really have to do is just enjoy the season. We forget that in hardly any time at all, the Christmas season will come around again, and we will have another shot at the whole thing. A chance to do things differently, a chance to try new things, or a chance to do the same things again. There's always next year. Try telling yourself that and see how it feels. Stress is optional. I feel like I have to learn this the hard way again and again and again. I am really good at stressing. I would describe it as almost this fight or flight feeling that I get even though the situation does not call for it at all. Just recently I woke up on a Monday morning and I felt completely stressed about the week that was ahead. There was so much on my calendar and a lot of things that I felt like I needed to do, and for an entire day I was acting like a total crazy person. I could not for the life of me be patient with my kids or even take a full deep breath. Stress is the thing for me that has historically gotten in my way of enjoying things. We do not have to stress. We don't have to be watching the clock on Christmas morning trying to time everything perfectly. We can let go of the ideal Christmas morning and choose to embrace and live the actual Christmas that is naturally unfolding. Stress is optional. It's true. Try it out. This is for me. This is an interesting one, and it can be used a couple different scenarios, I'll tell you. In a difficult moment, this can be very helpful. We know that we can learn and grow from our mistakes, as well as experiencing hard times. So try to get out of victim mode, we all do it, and into hero mode. This is for me, not against me. One example, my kitchen disaster that I had just told you about. I was making these cookie bars. I had made the cookie part and I needed to put the marshmallow part on. I put it in the oven. After the 3 minutes, it looked beautiful, and then I had second thoughts like, ooh, I should probably keep it in there a couple more minutes, because what if that cookie part underneath isn't quite done? So literally 2 extra minutes, and I pulled it out, and my marshmallows were ruined. Like, they had disintegrated. I don't really know. They were gone. And I was this close to throwing away the whole batch. I'm a perfectionist, and I honestly just was like, I don't want to invest more, and then it like still doesn't work out. I don't want to go back to the store or whatever, right? I was spiraling. And instead, eventually, through a pep talk from my mother, hi mom, I found a new way. Like, I totally saved the cookies. I discovered a new way to do this if in the future I have reason to. Anyway, it was very helpful, and I do feel like it was to my benefit. Like, I learned something, right? All right, this phrase can also help us prioritize what we're doing and manage the burden that we put on ourselves to make everyone else happy. I will link my people-pleasing video that talks about how we can make decisions that are best for us, but throughout the Christmas season, tell yourself, this is for me, and see how that changes things. See how you can enjoy things that you feel like should be for other people. Make it about you, and that's a good thing. Like, this is for me. Find so much extra joy by telling yourself that. These moments that allow yourself to fill up your own cup will help you show up better for everybody else. Love is always an option. Christmas is usually filled with a lot of extra interactions with people. Extended family, neighbors, friends, strangers, not to mention the people who you live with. All the get-togethers with in-laws, random neighbors dropping things by, obligatory family and friend get-togethers, grumpy strangers in the grocery store, and of course all the extra time that people have off of work and school within your household. Talk about getting overstimulated and needing some space, right? In any moment, when you're having some not so positive thoughts about people in your life, remember that love is always an option. I will link my lovability video if you want a little bit more on that topic. You are enough. Mamas, this is such a hard one for us to believe, but it doesn't hurt to at least start telling yourself this, even if you don't believe it yet. No matter what your Christmas card looks like compared to your sister's, or no matter how your gift to your neighbor stacks up to what they gave you, and no matter what outfit you choose to wear to the party, you are enough. Even if the cookies didn't turn out or your mom doesn't like her gift, there's no easy way to pull it off, but just try to stop comparing yourself to other mamas and to yourself. Remember, like this ideal self, don't compare yourself to the ideal self that you think you should be, right? Everything is exactly as it should be. Stop chasing perfection and just decide that you're already there. You can decide that despite the imperfections, this Christmas season was perfect. It was perfect because you did what you set out to do. It was perfect because you decorated your home the way you wanted to. It was perfect because you spent Christmas morning together as a family. We get to decide that this season went exactly as it was meant to be. Redefine perfection. Decide what that means for you and find it. Go looking for it. Everything is exactly as it should be. Everything you do is a choice. A few weeks ago, I talked about creating a really intentional Christmas season for ourselves. I pointed out that what we choose to do and how we choose to do it are completely within our control. Taking that ownership not only makes it so that we are more likely to enjoy the season, but I also think it can alleviate a lot of regrets. When everything is said and done, we can think back to why we did what we did. We had a reason, and it was a good reason, and it was a reason we liked, remember? We don't have a crystal ball, so certain things are bound to not turn out as expected. But when we do remember that everything we did was a choice, and we remember why we chose that, we can stop judging ourselves, and we can stop judging what happened, and matter-of-factly just decide what we might choose to do differently next time. From this objective perspective, that's really helpful. That's totally different than regrets. It's very constructive. So try to just take yourself out of that to look at it as just it is what it is. It is absolutely possible to have a holiday without regrets. Redefine what a successful Christmas means to you. Make the choice to enjoy it, regardless of how things turn out. Did you know that's an option? It doesn't even matter how things go. We can still choose to enjoy it. We're only disappointed if we choose to see it that way. You guys have a wonderful Christmas, and I will see you soon.